Hello there, everyone. Remember this game? Remember this game? Welcome back to some more Let's Play Underrail with me, your host, Tim. It's been a while. I'm getting distracted by all sorts of other games. The Steam Summer Sale happened, the GOG Summer Sale happened, and I'm sorry for the delay. When we left off, we had been completing a few missions for the university. We are now going to grab a few more quests from other paths, and then we'll head out there and try to complete a few of these quests. Let's get going. And why am I facing this way? I think we got the quest we needed here. Let's go this way and visit the other branches of investigation. It's been like 2.5 weeks or so since I last played the game. This reminds me, actually, everyone, before I go any further, I should mention that the expansion's release date has been mentioned. I believe I read that it will be released July 22nd of this year. So I've got slightly over 2 weeks. I have not made up my mind yet if I want to actually do Deep Caverns before the expansion is out or after. Doing it before would probably be easier, if I'm being honest, given my character's build. But I'll make up my mind as we play. Can I help you somehow? You can, by turning around the other way. Thank you, sir, very much. I always feel awkward when you stare at me when I pick people's pockets. Alright, let's continue to bother all the investigators as they're doing their sciencey stuff and on their science tables. Can't think of any reason why we shouldn't. Garrett should not lockpick their pockets. Oh, starter mixture. Well, it's something. We're taking it. Excuse me, sir. You walked over here for some reason. Your awesome-looking green suit, and you have canned meat. You have a cave hopper steak. We want the cave hopper steak. Hello, Octavia. The woman carefully places down a beaker full of purple liquid as soon as you come near. On the table in front of her, you see numerous glassware beakers, flasks, vials. It is all there. She lowers a protective mask covering her mouth and starts the conversation. Chort is evolution. I don't think we've met before. I'm Octavia, Investigator Octavia. Evolution is Chort. My name is Garrett. She nods. So how can I help you? Is there a way I can acquire some chemicals around here? Well, I happen to be in charge of the chemical inventory, but you'd have to ask our PI, Georges, for permission. He's in his office right over there. If he says yes, then come back to me, brother. Who's in charge here? That would be Georges. Again, his office is right over there behind the double doors. PI stands for Primary Investigator. I work with... basically, they're people who come up with ideas to do studies and then find the funding and or come up with the materials and or research topics to do with that, to do the research with. Alright, I'll see him. I'll go talk with him right now. Chort guide you, brother. First, though, I'm gonna check you for awesome pieces of equipment. 39 Stygian coins. That'll help us buy some of the equipment I'm sure you have on you. As soon as he notices you, the man in the white lab coat closes a folder he was straining to read and greets you with a firm handshake. His bloodshot eyes are drowning in fatigue, something which rubbing his eyes, which he performs from time to time, simply cannot remove, but can only relieve for a bit. Still, he appears alert and focused enough, and above all, friendly during your conversation. Oh. Hello, brother. Chort is evolution. Chort is evolution. I am Principal Investigator Georges, and I run the Department of Chemistry, part of the investigation, in case you didn't know. Evolution is Chort. I am Garrett. Yes. You helped Efriator Denzel get the Reaching Man from Lunatics. Yes, right. Aiden was very pleased to have the figurine finally in his hands. Tell me, how may I help you? Is there a way for me to get a hold of some chemicals around here? It is rare for someone to come with that request, but I don't see why not. Go talk to Investigator Octavia. She can sell you some of the chemicals we have in access. Just tell her I gave you permission. Thank you. I had other questions. Well, go ahead. Why did you join the Institute of Short? That happened a long time ago, some 15 years ago. I used to work as a chemist in Core City. I was young and ambitious, but those ambitions were, at least temporarily, shattered when the news that Biocorp was overtaken by the Protectorate came from North Underrail. By the Chort, I still remember when the rioters broke into my home and started thrashing and pillaging inbred primitives. So I left Core City and sought the, at the time, extremely unfamiliar Institute of Chort. I've heard of it from some friends of mine, and I came from those same entrance gates. Yes, I remember it still. The moment I stepped through that gate, I felt something. From a bleak outlook on life, I suddenly felt my ambitions waking up again. And I guess I managed to realize those ambitions. Investigation was a natural choice for me, and therefore I started as an assistant chemist. A few years later, and after a lot of hard work, I became a proper investigator. I led some of my own projects. Then finally, in year 92, I became a principal investigator. Next stop, Epsicopus Georgius, he laughs. I'm joking, of course, but who knows? I'm looking for some work. Oh, interested in becoming an investigator. That is Apex. Excellent. Institute of Chort welcomes young and prosperous men such as yourself. You know, an old quote by illustrious Aiden just sprang to my mind. Chortists are like nucleotides from the DNA is composed. Small building blocks that together form something truly great. Actions of each individual lead to the creation of something better. Every piece of the puzzle is important. Isn't that called like emergent behavior? Emergent behavior, I think. If you are willing to become a piece just like the rest of us, then together we will complete the puzzle. Yes. In any case, I have some work just for you. I'm as ready as ever, B. Yes, right. I currently need you to help me with two things. First is related to an experimental chemical weapon, a pistol to be precise, that needs some combat testing. Judging from your recent history of lunatic decimation, you shouldn't have too much trouble with this one. Those feral creatures. Anyway, the second is related to the matter of locating and retrieving research data our department would find very, very useful. It would require you to leave the Institute building. I haven't left the building since I got here. It was around 85 if I remember correctly, at the time of Core City riots, so I don't know how much outside has changed, and therefore how much my directions will be accurate. So, brother, are you still interested? If you are, I can give you the details. Yeah, tell me more about that research data you need. Yes, right. Let me tell you of an old Biocorp facility by the name of Hecate Research Outpost, which exists somewhere in Lower Underrail. It's a small facility which usually wouldn't be worthy of our time. Usually. We, Institute of Chort, have recently acquired a document which suggests some interesting data on protein design can be found there. Apparently they did some projects there and, well, if they were able to identify any novel sequences, it could be of great use. Therefore, I would like you to visit that place and snoop around and see what you can find. If something can be found, the facility is located to the east of Core City. We don't have an exact location, but it shouldn't be too far away from it. So what do you say, brother? Are you interested in making a contribution to the Institute? What else can you tell me about the research outpost? Well, all we know about it is it comes from a document which recently came into our possession. Apparently, Hecate used to be a relatively small research facility located somewhere in Lower Underrail and used to be owned by, you guessed it, Biocorp. Oh, magnificent Chort, now I remember. Nearly everything was Biocorp back then. Hecate was small and not too important, so it became forgotten when Biocorp was overtaken by Underrail Protectorate. And now it's time to unearth it again and uncover its secrets. Interested? I am. As a matter of fact, I have already been there, and have the data here. You what? Oh, that is Apex, brother. I'll send this right through to my assistants. And this is for you, brother. He gives you 300 Stygian coins. I will mention this to Episcopus Lydia at the next symposium. Have no fear. Listen, if you keep this up, you might have a good future in investigation, honestly. You mentioned protein design. What is that? Pardon me. I suppose I'm misexplaining that. Protein design is, by definition, a creation of new protein molecules that will fold or assume a certain shape to a certain protein structure. And the whole reason why we would seek to do that, brother, is so that we can create proteins with completely new or slightly varied functions. Since proteins are one of the most important biomolecules with numerous functions, you can see why designing new sequences is such an important task. Yeah, right. That should be the gist of it. Tell me more about the experimental chemical pistol. Yes, right. The chemical pistol. Somewhere around year 97, we were approached by Preservation about us helping them design a more advanced chemical weapon than what was available at the time. Something truly apex. You see, Harmos Stavros designed all Rasifor expeditions in deep caverns to be equipped with several chemical weapons per combat unit during your time down there. The reasons for that were logistical nature. A combat unit could use naturally occurring caustic chemicals, acids, which are abundant in deep caverns and can be obtained from living or environmental sources, and be self-sufficient ammunition-wise, therefore maintaining constant combat capability. Can we get to the part where you tell me what I need to do? Yes, right, sorry. If we skip all that, we get right to ZAL-1. That is a short for it, Experimental Acid Launcher. It offers a great improvement in terms of fire rate and ergonomics over all available models currently in use. And we are planning further attachments to increase capacity and to help the processing of raw chemicals in the field, yada yada yada. To sum it up, we believe it to be a truly apex design. Okay, where do I come in? Yes, right. Now listen, Garrett. While we are pleased so far with how the prototype turned out, it still needs more field testing before it can finally enter production. That is where you come in, brother. I need you to test the weapon, preferably on lunatics or the faceless. You have successfully dealt with the former in the past, so I have no doubt that you will enjoy the work. Bottom line, if you're interested, I can give you the ZAL-1 right this very moment so you may test it. With choice guidance, of course. I'm not sure I want to do this one. We don't have any pistol. I guess we could take it. I don't know. Short guide you, Georges. I'll be back later for that one. Short guide you too, Garrett. Yes, brother. Principal Investigator Georges told me I could purchase chemicals from you. No problem. This is what we have available. Anything I'm interested in? Acid bolts could always be useful for dealing with heavily armored enemies. Wow, we already know almost all of these. I don't need chemical ammo. We're not using pistols. And she's looking for medicines. I think we might have a few left over. We can sell one of these at least. And we can probably vendor two of these. And we'll trade those for... Oh, we could trade them for some fire. We don't have any Molotov cocktails on us. And the acid bolts. It's a bit of cash, but we should still play. How much cash do I have? Oh, 18,000. That's plenty. Let's do that. Oh, right. We should, of course, pick the pocket of the gentleman just to see what he has. And he won't mind us walking around his bench, or at least it doesn't look like he does. Guess he's used to this. 100 Stygian coins. We will nab those. Thank you, good doctor, for your contribution to the saving of Chort. I heard you recovered that research information for the PI. Amazing. It was more amazing taking what you got in your pockets. All 14 coins of them. Interested in becoming an investigator of chemistry? I might be. Definitely looks like it pays okay. Oh, we need hacking to get in there. Okay, shall we try to see what's inside the room? Well, we're not going to be able to do that with him standing right there, so we'll come back here later, perhaps. And I completely didn't search shortest Pyophore. We should do that right now. We take his Stygian coins. Hello, be combatant. All faceless should be cold. I still love that they have their own language and terms for things. It definitely helps with the cultist vibe. Okay. Let's head up this way. Actually, let's save the game first, as we don't have to redo any of it. Actually, the game automatically saves, Tim. Hello, Pile 4. I recognize you by your crossbow. We will take your coins. Hello, investigator. P.I. Stift is in his office if it's him you're looking for. I was actually looking for your pockets. Making sure you don't carry anything that might be electrocuted. You got a burr or burger? Well, we'll just take your lunch off of you. Can you imagine Garrett just taking the burger out of someone's pocket? The person looks over at him, then he just eats it in front of the person. It's messed up. Messed up! This must be his office, I suppose? No. But I will stealth. Ooh. We don't need any of this. But why not take it? It's all high-level stuff. We're still not seen, right? There's no cameras. Whatever's in here, we're putting it in our pockets. Some plasma cores. Minister. Nothing else is requires me being stealthed. Alright, there we go. Invisible. Let's continue to pickpocket everyone's pockets. If we could make through-wall imaging work well for the next symposium, that would be apex. Oh, wow! They're working on goggles that can see through walls? That sounds amazing. Excuse me, Miss Minister. You need to search your pockets for stuff. Ooh, look at you. With an amazing... Well, that's not an amazing dagger, sorry. That's actually low level. You have 34 coins. We'll grab those. Sorry, didn't get to search your pockets last time, sir. Thank you for the low shield frequency modulator. This is so mesmerizing. Really quick, sir, you got some amazing t-shirt you're wearing. Even better is your 67 Stygian coins you got on ya. The investigator seems to have just finished typing something on his keyboard when you walked in. The final keystroke coincides with you coming to a halt before him. He lifts his head and observes you through his glasses and instantly notices one detail. That there is a smudge on them. Naturally, he moves the glasses, picks up a handkerchief from his drawer, and begins wiping the lenses clean. As he is doing so, the conversation begins. Torch's evolution. I haven't seen you before, brother, and you must be here either to appreciate the light show produced by our resonant transformer, or to do some scientific investigation. Either is acceptable. He smiles. I am Principal Investigator Steft. Pleased to meet you. Just call me Steft. And you are? Evolution is short, brother. I am Garrett. I had a few questions for you. I have no objections to that, Garrett. Ask whatever questions you had. Why did you join the Institute Short? That was a long time ago. I'm going to give you a simple answer here. There is no need to go into a lot of details. Here's a single sentence. I always had imagination, and here I could make it a reality. That's all there is to it, brother. What can you tell me about this department? Well, now, this is the Department of Physics, and that is exactly what we do here. Physics. We have our little lab here and our own personal particle accelerator. And we are pretty much have our hands free to do whatever we desire. We perform tests, experiments, and make new discoveries in an attempt to further aid this institution in its goals. That sounds like a lot of fun. Oh, physics is fun. Apex. And don't let anyone try to convince you otherwise. I suppose the only downside is that we sometimes tend to be underappreciated, I feel. You know, other departments, like physicists play with their own toys, blah blah blah. Pardon me for saying that, but it can get on my nerves sometimes. But when we do show them something Apex, and then their jaws drop instantly, crack the floor. He smiles. I was wondering if you had any work I could help with. Interesting choice of words, Garrett. Doesn't sound that way to me. No, what I meant was, I mentioned it was interesting because of a young Rassifor who, came to me with those exact same words you just spoke. I mean, he was interested in what we do here and wished to help. His name was Pavel. At the time of his arrival, the department was testing a terahertz or T-ray emitter that would allow us to perform through-wall imaging. I hope you're able to understand how useful such a technology could be to us all. Better leave the long talk for later. Latter, and return to Rassifor Pavel. He was a man who clearly missed his call, a member of the preservation forces who had more interest in scientific investigation than anything else. He would often drop by our lab and was, no doubt about it, genuinely interested in all the wonders of physics. Some 2 days ago, he dropped by the lab and found out the full possibilities of through-wall imaging, which made him even more interested and excited. I told him about needing to somehow test the emitter in a very active environment, and since the West Wing had been reopened, he personally volunteered to go there and plant a device. I thought it was too dangerous, asked him how he was going to do it without immediate Samuel finding out, but he convinced me he had a plan and everything was going to be Apex. Well, I guess I sent him to his doom, for he hasn't returned still, and I regret ever accepting the risk in the first place. I will go look for him, if that's what you would like me to do. No, I'm not sending anyone else to there. I made that awful mistake the first time. Pardon me. He just insisted so much. He really wished for the technology to work, so much in fact he was willing to risk his life. I don't want to risk yours or anyone else's. I am not a rookie, Steft. I can handle myself quite well. If Pavel is alive, then he's probably hurt and unable to return on his own. By the chort, this is all messed up. Go then. Go to the West Wing. Should you find him, bring him back, if there is anything to bring back. The emitter is not important, but returning it wouldn't be frowned upon. Chort guide you, brother. I am on the way, brother. Chort guide you. Alright, well, we'll pick these two people's... Oh, hello, Investigator Kiro's here. Oh, we didn't ask about purchasing electronic equipment. I guess we'll do that later. We'll be coming back here at least once, so to turn in quests and so on. Hello, sir. You have 110 plasma core. We're taking that. This thin man seems uninterested in you at first glance. His facial expression doesn't change at all when he notices you are trying to start a conversation, and his body language doesn't differ. What you also find peculiar is the fact that he almost never breaks eye contact, but maintains it during the whole conversation. Luckily, he blinks in regular intervals, or else the mechanical stare would seem even more awkward. Also, it comes as no surprise that his tone of voice is flat as his excitement for the conversation he's engaged in. Chort is evolution. I'm Investigator Kiro, and who are you? Evolution is Chort, brother. I am Garrett, and I wanted to ask you a few questions. No problem at all, brother. What is on your mind? I am in need of some high-tech gadgetry components. I guess this would be the right place to ask? There are components and devices that I may be able to offer you for purchase, but I must have P.I. Steft's permission before I can actually do so. You can go ask him. Alright, thank you. Alright there, everyone. So first, let's double back to our... Well, hold on. Alright, so we have several places we can go. I'm going to probably examine all our quests to make a determination of what we should do first. Several of them will require not leaving the structure, others will require leaving it. So let me take a quick peek. So if I go to my journal... Forsaken Island. Okay, we'll do Forsaken Island first, because it gives me an excuse to leave the university. I can bring these power cores back to our home. So we will do that first. We'll need to see which, if any, of the sailors will be willing to take me to that place. Oh, hold on. Is this, hey, there's Dittrius. You see Dittrius long before he sees you. His eyes are busy dancing all over the main hall, absorbing everything they see and transforming his face into one large smile, which seems like it won't fade anytime soon. Hey, Dittrius, how's it going? Ah, this place dominates! I'm speechless. It definitely beats Drop Zone, doesn't it? It sure does. Hey, I don't know if you've been told, but they're gonna take me to Chort. Oh, wow. What now? It's, how they call it? Nucleus. Yeah, something hardcore like that. They took my blood and did some tests just like you told me they would. It turns out there's something special about me. I don't understand all the details, but the important thing is that they promised to allow me to stay in the Institute for good. Dominating. Then they told me they needed me checked out by some investigators. Is that how they call them? Anyway, these expert investigators are working in Nucleus, so they gotta take me down there, because, well, from how I understand, that's where they also have some of the equipment necessary for further testing. I don't know. This is all new to me and all, but I'm sure everything's gonna be alright. I'm gonna be learning about Chortism once I'm back from Nucleus, right? It's gonna be hardcore. Everything in this building's hardcore. Lux sure took its time to say hi again. How are they gonna get you to Deep Caverns? I don't really know much, but I heard someone mention an elevator and... Wait, why are you asking me this? Aren't you supposed to know that? I'm relatively new here, so I don't know a lot of this stuff yet. Oh, never mind then. I only have one more thing to say to you, friend. Thank you. I will never forget this. I have to go now. I should be off, Garrett. See you around. Goodbye, Dittrius. Take care. Hope we didn't get him killed. Poor guy. I'm sure he'll be fine. The cultists don't seem malicious. Oh, I'm sorry. They look frightening. And they... Actually, no, they are malicious, right? They broke into Cortex offices, killed the scientists there, and took the faceless device. Alright. So... next stop will be our building, and then we'll go back down to the docks here in Core City and see if anyone here wants to go to the Isle. And I should be stealthed. Let me do this. My goodness, it's been so long since I've wandered these halls. I don't want to make a habit of not finishing playlists. Oh, for crying out loud, Tim. I just remembered I have Darkest Dungeon to still finish. Oh my god, you never finished that one. It's been over a year now for that playlist, Tim. That's terrible. You should definitely finish that at some point this weekend. Alright, let's go to the residential. We'll also visit the merchants while we're here and see if we can vendor some more of our weapons to them. It's been so long since I've walked into my house. My goodness, it's gonna be good. It feels good to play the game again. So what have I been up to? What have I been up to? So, I've been having, I guess we'll talk about it briefly. I've been having lots of problems with my health. And so I've been also on all sorts of medicines, and the medicines make it difficult for me to record. I get exhausted and very dizzy. So I haven't been recording as much as I used to record. I'm still playing Aeolor Genesis quite a bit. So I've got a nice little backlog of that going. I'm still trying to get through Ultima Underworld, but I haven't played that now in about a month. Oh my goodness, so long. I'm recording Hollow Knight at the moment. And that's been a lot of fun to do. And the games I'm not currently recording are Daggerfall, the Elder Scrolls, was it Arena 2, Elder Scrolls? It was a game made in, like, I think 1995 or so. It was a long, long time ago. It might be 1998. I forget now exactly when it was made. But it's an old one, and it's not the best, but I like it. So I'm finally playing that game again. And I'm also playing through Arcanum of Steamworks and Magica, is what it's called, I think. And that's been fun as well. Oh, but the AI is just god-awful in that game. The theme is fantastic. Oh my goodness, I love the artwork. But, oh man, oh, it's got some problems. Still, I'm playing it. I'm playing it. Alright, we don't need any of this at the moment. We'll just leave all this here. While I'm here, let's take some of these. Keep some of those there. Bring our starting mixture. In Arcanum, you can walk through doors by clicking on the other side of them, which is why you're going to see me trying to do that pretty often here. Okay, none of that I need. Where did I put my... No, you're not it either. Starter mixture. Do I not have... Uh-oh. Where did I put my... Oh, am I out of, I need one more thing to make the fire arrows. And I don't see them anywhere. One second, let's check over here. No. 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 I don't think I would have left them in here by accident. Let me check really quick. No, I'm pretty meticulous with where I leave my stuff. One more time? Do I really not have them down here? I don't. Crap. All right then. We'll leave this here. Leave the arrows behind, and I guess we're leaving. Yeah, I kind of want everything else I'm carrying. Did I leave them upstairs by accident? Maybe I did that. Let's check my upstairs supplies. No, I'm completely out of them. Really? I am. Well, crap. All right, then let's take a look at my stuff again really quick. Is there anything else I don't want to carry with me? No, I kind of want all this stuff. All right, let's go. Sorry that everyone. I thought I'd be making some supplies as well. Alright, so then let's go to the merchants. We'll vendor a few things, assuming the merchants have restocked their inventories. And then we'll head down and see which of the sailors will bring me to the Forgotten Isle, if any of them. Do I have a fishing pole? I do not. I do not. I must have left it in our house. Let's go back and get our fishing rod. Oh, or maybe I left it... Oh, I might have left that at the Institute. But we'll check here really quick while I'm here. Actually, we're not going to do this off screen. I'm back. I'll also do the vending off screen. Okay, everyone. All done with the vendoring. I picked up a few more crafting supplies, but left them over here because it's too far to walk back to our house. Let's head on down to the docks and see if the gentleman down there will take us over to the Forsaken Isle. I made a little bit of profit, sold some armor and what have you to Oscar again, clearing out his 400 Charons. There's unfortunately no good crossbow parts around. That's a shame. Maybe when we get back to the university, they'll sell something better there. Right now, though, let's see if we can get a ride over there. Oh, I also bought another fishing rod. I don't know where my current fishing rod is located. At your service, friend. Where are we sailing this time? I need to get to Forsaken Island. You're joking, right? No, I'm not. Oh. Oh! Well, I'm not sailing there. No sane person is. It's just far too dangerous. And to tell you the truth, even if you offered me a lot, and I mean a whole bucket of shinies, I still wouldn't sail there. I can take you somewhere else, though, if you wanna. Alright. Take me to Camp Harthor. Right. I can get you there for 35 Charons. Here you go. I never get tired of sailing there. The Harthonians are much nicer than people from Core City. Haven't been here in ages. Oh, let's go ahead and visit Fred, and Freddy and see if they have any good crossbow bolts or parts. And they do not. How many traps do I have? I have crawler traps. Let's take 4 burrower traps while we're here. Ah, there's what I was looking for, bolt triggers. Why don't I take these while I'm here? He has a crawler bolt. I'll take one of those as well. I probably should take acid bolts. Never know when they'll be handy. Hello, Fred. What do you have for sale? Drugs. Nothing I'm interested in. Do I have any drugs to sell you? 4 medicines. We can probably sell 3 advanced health kits and 1 of my normal health kits for some cash. And as for food, I think we're good on food. So we still have the Burger Burger. Alright, Captain Coltrane, where can you take us? Ahoy, matey! I need to get to Forsaken Island. Nay. Nay what? I don't sail there, laddie. For it'd be too risky. Strong currents and island devils make that place very undesirable. But I really need to go there. You can try swimming. There was 'tis a lad a few years back. What about the lad? He tried swimming, and he got eaten by chompers, aye. Comforting. Even if he hadn't, he'd never have overcome the strong currents around the island. Aye, you'd have thrashed him around like a 3 sheets of the wind landlubber would thrash a cutlass while fighting off a colony of sea bats. Aye. Alright, take me to Southgate Station. Aye, that gonna be 15 coins. Here you go. Now, matey, let me tell you this story about a lofty man made of steel who could leap into nothingness, leave behind him only a bluish trail of mystery. Yar. It all began when I was ferrying this pregnant woman to Core City. Captain Savannah? Sailing somewhere, kid? I need to get to Forsaken Island. The what now? She lifts her goggles to reveal in her astonished gaze. Forsaken Island, if possible. Listen, kid, listen. I don't think you know what you're talking about. Forsaken Island is a very dangerous place, and no one with a brain larger than a slackjaw's goes there. Didn't you hear about the devastating currents that surround the island? The behemoth? Yes or no? Yeah, I heard it all. I want to get to the island. Can you ferry me over there? You ain't rowing with both oars, kid. It's too dangerous. Even if you ignore a giant man-eating beast, the currents around the island will turn a ferry to scrap metal. It would take a hell of a skilled ferryman to get you there in one piece. Well, why do you think I came to you? I was told you are the best. Yeah, and I was told you are derailed. I mean, thanks for the compliment, but the answer's still no. I don't know anyone who navigated those bloody currents and returned to brag about it. If compliments won't convince you, will money? She crosses her arms and stands still, looking you straight in the eye. She considers her offer for a few moments and then sighs before replying. Fine. I can see you aren't going to give up. I guess I've gone derailed too, but I'll take you there. By the way, what do you want from that forsaken place? I'm doing it for science. Yep, derailed is a lunatic. We're only with half an oar. Whatever the case, kid, I'm going to charge you $400 for the trip. And that is non-negotiable. It's risky. It's dangerous. And if we do make it out of there alive, at least I want to show something for it. Buy myself something nice, fix up the boat. Yeah. So, kid, do you have the shinies? I'm ready. Alright, kid, hop aboard. Damn it. We made it, kid. I'm so glad we aren't sleeping with the eels. This place is damn spooky, kid. You better hurry up with whatever it is you wanted to do so we can get out of here. Alright, I'm off to explore. Don't get torn to shreds, kid. I'll wait here. Damn this place. Well, while we're here, we should fish, because if I remember correctly, we can never come back here. Get one trip here. We'll wait a little bit. Actually, we should probably eat some food. We got a mini head from that. That's not quite what we wanted. We'll fish like 5 times, or like maybe 2 times from this area, and then we'll move on to a different area on the island. Got a walking fish. I don't think we saw one of them yet. At the positive, we didn't. One more, then we'll move on. Insulated vest. Low level. Not worth the 3.5 pounds. I know you probably should leave the island, as pristine as you found it. This way you don't interrupt the biological balance of the island by leaving trash on it. No, we're totally just leaving this garbage here. On fishing rod, one more time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. There's nothing else here. Alright, let's take back our fishing rod. It's some sort of walking fish. This thing should not be. Alright, well, let's go looking for a large beast. Looks like it tracks the whole island, given the bones that are everywhere. We're still gonna go fishing. I don't see anything here. I doubt something that large would be invisible. So in case, though. We'll stay invisible. We'll try 2 fish from this area, and then maybe 2 more once we're done killing the beast. Actually, we don't have to kill it, right? We just gotta bring back a piece of it, if I recall correctly. A blue eel? We don't need a blue eel. I guess we can hold on to it. Nah, we don't need this. It's behind. Does that say stuff? Stuff. Stuff is a blue eel. Come on, fishing rod. Give me 1 more fish here. Just 1 more. I just need 1 more. All right. 20 seconds. Then we're going. Anglerfish. I think we've picked up one of them before. The fisher becomes the fished. I'm pretty sure we have gotten one of them. We'll still bring it with us anyway. We'll fish from that spot on the way back, I think. Oh, we should probably save the game. This way, when this thing kills us, we'll be able to simply reload. We're getting closer to it. Cave hoppers all around this thing. I guess they're too small for the creature to eat them. Oh, there's some debris over here, probably washed up. Ah, looks like someone's boat got destroyed on the way here. Must have crashed up on the reefs, drifted up here by the currents. Nothing to interact with here, though. Excuse me, little cave hopper. Not interested in you. Oh, no, no, no! Woo! That was close. Oh my god! Lots of people that didn't make it. Guess we have to go into its lair. Let's go ahead and check it out. Oh, there's nothing here. Looks like there's a rock we can crawl over. Maybe it's... we heard it, didn't we? Even though it isn't immediately obvious, there's a small gap between the piled up rocks and the cave wall. Upon closer inspection, it seems like the gap is just wide enough for you to go through. Squeeze through the gap. You manage to reach the other side. One of the 2 women speaks with a frigid and welcoming voice. Identify yourself, visitor. Who are you, and what is your purpose here? Oh, answer 4 is amazing. That's amazing. And that's probably going to be the truth. Who are you, and what's going on here? We suggest you answer our question first, visitor. I'm Garrett, and I mean you no harm. The 2 women exchange looks, but not words. A short glance is all it takes for them to know what the other is thinking, it seems. Garrett. I'm Adaria, and this is my sister Beatrice. Your purpose here, Garrett? I wanted to explore the Forsaken Island despite the tales of a great and deadly creature inhabiting it. The two women exchanged looks yet again. This time, their wordless communication took a bit longer than previously. Still, you eventually get your response. Many come here for this very reason. I'm sure you walked past the remains of some on your way in. How did you two end up here, if I may ask? Allow us to tell you a story. Alright. You managed to catch a little smile on Adria's face, vanishing as quickly as it appeared, even if it was there only for a brief moment. You could tell that hiding behind that smile was not joy, but in fact sadness. A young girl was born and raised in a small station, far away from here. The girl had a twin sister, whom she loved more than anything in this world. The two were inseparable. The sisters were inseparable, as most twins tend to be. As unfortunate as it is, several tragedies made the bond between the sisters even stronger than before. Their father, a good and caring man, died from the hands of vile raiders that had constantly circled the station like packs of hungry rat hounds. Their mother, a gorgeous woman and equally, if not more, caring than the father, died from a broken heart. The little girl and her sister were left living with their grandmother, an old, disabled woman who could barely take care of herself, let alone feed and raise two young girls. The sisters never loved her. She was a selfish and bitter old woman. It was a miracle how she even managed to raise such a selfless and intelligent son when she herself was quite the opposite. The next page of the story spells poverty and a life that was about to get even harder. The girl and her sister shared a gift. They were psionics. One was gifted with the ability to control fire, and the other the ability to control frost. Control is the wrong word here, for they had no real control over their abilities, and there was no one in that small, forgotten station that could help them embrace this ability that they possessed and teach them how to use it properly. Accidental fires, flying ice spikes, and the occasional frozen doorknob quickly raised the whole station to its feet. The residents were filled with fear as well as prejudice. The sisters were scared too. They didn't want to hurt anyone. They tried not to. It was a true horror. There was no one to guide them, show them the right way to use their abilities, no one to help them. All they got were looks of fear and prejudice, and even hatred. Even their own grandmother proved even more useless and selfish than what the girls originally thought. Fear overcame the simple-minded. The girls were forced to live in fear of their evil powers hurting the community. Grandmother had a pseudo-wise explanation which, at least in her own disordered mind, justified such actions. The sisters were given some money, some clothes, some food, and were told to go to Core City. There, someone could perhaps help them. Nonsense. The capital of decadence, torn apart by rioters, was luckily not the destination of the little sisters. They were sick of people, of the whole treacherous human race. The bastards, the inconsiderate walking piles of rat-hound excrement, threw us out, forced us out, like we weren't even human beings. If we had been eaten by rabid animals right outside the station, they wouldn't have cared one stinking bit. They got rid of us. We were not their problem anymore. That's all they cared about. She gives her sister a short glance. Naturally, any place untainted by humans, was the best place for the little girls to settle. Not only that, but it also had to be difficult for anyone to reach this place. The little girls tried to find a ferryman to take them to Forsaken Island, an island surrounded by dangerous currents that had doomed a vast number of unfortunate boats in the past, and was often avoided. As no one was willing to take them there, they had to steal their ride. The island offered them a life of isolation and sufficient resources to survive. They grew up, and many years later, they eventually mastered their cursed gifts. They sought and gained control over the abilities that were burdened up to that point. In the end, they only needed each other in life. Through joint effort, they managed to survive through everything, and to this day, their bond is stronger than ever, and so are their powers. That was a really sad story. Some people are so small-minded. But as you said, who needs those bastards? Well, what's done is done. It's all in the past now. I still hate them to this day. I wish... You wish nothing, Beatrice. Leave it be. Yes, sister. I'll leave it be. Both fall silent. They seem to have drifted off, perhaps somewhere far back in the past. What can you tell me about the Forsaken Behemoth? She smiles. You've gotten this far, so I think you deserve the truth. The Forsaken Behemoth doesn't exist. All the things you've been told are, in fact, false. Everything you heard is a product of my sister's skillful manipulation. If one has the ability to control fire, moving air to create frightening sounds is not an issue, especially when the entrance to the cave helps it resonate and reach the ears of superstitious ferrymen. I guess your ruse worked. You convinced a lot of people that this island is the home of a terrifying monster. Ironically, our whole plan also attracted a fair number of crazy monster hunters, or at least what we suspect they were, since they all came well armed. And some of them were really rude. They still haven't left the island to this day. It's impolite to overstay your welcome, I say. She flashes a malicious smile. So basically, there's nothing interesting on the island. No. Unless you think hoppers and mine shrooms are interesting. Nothing interesting at all. The visitor meant other than the two of us. I'm sure of that. Have you never left this island after you came here? No. No! Why would we do that? We don't need anything from the outside world. We have everything we need right here. What do you do to pass the time here, then? Besides fishing, picking mushrooms, and hunting hoppers? I like creating ice sculptures. I enjoy creating dancing fires of various shapes and sizes. We come up with interesting tales, or just meditate or practice our skills. Life here is not so boring as one might think. Trust us. Well, I have to be leaving now. Take care. Where do you think you're going? I'm going on a new adventure. Did you really think we were going to let you just leave this place and tell everyone about what you witnessed here? Well, you seemed talkative and friendly, but I'm not going down without a fight! That looks really bad. The good news is you're lit up. The bad news is I don't have my my flashbangs equipped. The bad news is also we missed an 81% shot, so now we're losing this. We missed two 81% shots, everyone. Oh, game. I hate you, game, so much. Let's heal. Let's use our shield. We'll try shooting again. You are effing with me, game! Okay. We run over here and around the corner. Can we please hit them with a 91% shot or something? Everyone, I'm just gonna say, fuck you, game. Fuck you. Now guess what we get to do? We get to do all that over again. Squeeze through the gap, end dialogue. Two women stand there. Who are you? I'm Garrett, I mean no harm. Answer number 3. How did you end up here? You may start. Continue. Answer number 1. Can you tell me about the behemoth? We don't want visitors here. Nothing here on the island. Alright. We're leaving. New adventure. Fight. Okay. Let's try this again. Wow, game. Really. Screw you. So she's going to be very tough for me to injure now, because she has all her projections, but we still have to try. And we should run if we can. I like to not be zapped. This is off cooldown, so we can throw another grenade. She's hurt. I don't think we'll hurt her again, though. Let's use morphine. Take away another one of her projections and move away. Okay, her projections are now gone. And that is a lot more like it. Unbelievable game. I know, we'll have you miss 3 91% shots at a 71%. Jesus. Okay. Nothing really worth taking on her. Probably a bathroom in here or something. You have a little kitchen. A box we can't open. 100 hacking on that one, too. Woo! Beatrice had a greater fusion cell. We're taking that. A decent knife. We don't need it, though. Same type of supplies as her sister. A useless suit. Oh, they have fishing rods. 2 fishing rods, actually. I'm going to take those with me. How many flares do I have? Oh, I have no flares. Let's take some flares with me, then. Some spiked shoes, which we don't need. Gauntlets, which we don't need. So basically, we survived. And that was what we did. Okay. Take care, sisters. Sorry about that. Let's save the game again. What can you do but laugh at that? Like, I mean, you can get angry. You can get angry. I'm not angry. It's, you know, well, Crab, what do you do? Like, you're trying all your tactics, and nothing works, because you just roll miserably. I've had that happen to me in so many games. It's why I kind of stopped playing miniature games. All my friends laugh at how unlucky I, in particular, am when it comes to playing any type of game that involves dice. I am absolutely god-awfully unlucky. I have great tactics, everyone agrees, like, wow, Tim, that really would have worked if you hadn't just rolled, like, 4 snake eyes in a row, and stuff like that. It got to the point where I just kind of stopped playing any type of miniature game. Because it's pretty terrible how bad it is for me. Alright, we're out here for Second Island, we'll fish 2 more times, and then I guess we're going to end this episode. I'll take care of a few odds and ends off screen, but when we come back, we'll be probably outside the Institute. I want to go back and make some more bolts. And better supply for what's up ahead, I suppose. Of course, there has to be other fish for us to fish. What else can we talk about? So, I mentioned miniature games. What miniature games have I played? So, I've played Helldorado, I've played Warhammer 40k, and War Machine. Were the miniature games I've played, and they were fun. They were fun. I kind of liked Warhammer the best out of them. I played back in 3rd edition, so we're talking back in like 2002 or so was when I played Warhammer, and I was a Tyranid player at the time, and I played a swarmy army, and then 4th edition came out. The rules were simply god-awful. I hated them. They punished you for fielding swarmy, fearless armies. They eroded Tyranids to make about half of the troops I had illegal to field, and I lost about 1/3 of my Hormagaunts and Termagaunts trying to put different weapons on them to make them usable And then I sold the War Machine stuff, the Warhammer stuff for War Machine stuff, and vowed I would not play Warhammer ever again. Because I could not stand losing so much money in that game. It was a shame, really, because the models were fantastic. But, yeah, I've heard that the rules are somewhat better now. For War Machine, I got involved in War Machine. I played a very different army. I played Signar over there. And it was quite difficult at the time. I lost a lot more than I won in that game because it was quite different. Instead of fielding thousands of units, or not thousands of units, instead of fielding like about 300 but in Warhammer, I would put down a group of 32 Termagants, and it would be like, and we would play like I think we would play, what were they? They were 3,000 point games or so, what we would play, and that unit would be maybe like 400 points or something, and I'd do that like 3 times. They might have been cheaper. I forget the point cost now. There were 5-point gaunts, 32 of them in a squad. 5 times 150 points. 150 points, 160 or so, 165 or so. That's how much they were. Maybe 170, and my opponents loved it because they'd be fighting huge swarms of vast things. And I'd field 6 full troop choices filled with just swarms of weak units. So the enemies would field ordnance and get to blow up huge groups of them. It was awesome. But in War Machine, Signar, I fielded, like, first off, it was a smaller base game. So by that I mean you fielded less large armies. Like you didn't bring several crates full of units with you when you showed up. So, and the units were expensive, and you didn't have very many of them. So it was, oh my goodness, it was such a change for me. And I had a love-hate relationship with War Machine for years. I liked the ideas, and I hated the rules. And the miniatures were great, but oh, I hated how unbalanced the game was. It felt at a time. With like certain units having feats, like your most powerful units is your warcasters. Your warcasters die, you lose the game, and they all have like a special type of ability they can use like once per game. But these abilities are just horribly unbalanced against each other, and some of them are just they feel like they're completely broken. And so in the end, I stopped playing that game as well. I still have quite a few of the models. I stopped buying games for it. Stopped buying games for it. I stopped buying miniatures for it about 3 years ago. And I haven't played the game in close to, like, I think 4 or 5 years. So, it was fun. It was fun while it lasted. I still have those miniatures upstairs in my attic. Beautifully painted. I really like the models. You hear that sound, kid? It's the behemoth! Alright, I'm done here. Let's get back. Finally. I hope you didn't leave anything important, because we're not coming back here, kid. I got everything. We can head back. You gotta tell me twice. Hop on. Okay, everyone. Well, that'll do it for us. Thank you guys for watching. So, I'm just going to go back to Core City. Actually, I'm going to go... Let's go together. Let's go to Junkyard. Now, Junkyard's equipment, to my knowledge, never gets upgraded. It's always like tier 1 crossbow parts and so on. So I'm not very interested in shopping here. What I am interested in, though, is turning in the fish. So we'll do that really quick, and then that will do it for us. Then we'll come back, off screen up. We'll probably start up in my home, and we'll make our way back to university next episode and turn in this quest, and then do the university quests that are involve West Wing or other areas of the university or the Institute of Chort. Been a while since we've been here, hasn't it? I'm always tempted to kill the thugs since they took my 25 bucks. That was ages ago. And yes, by the way, in case you're thinking about it, I believe the casino, the gambling hall, is still in combat mode. If I was to walk back up there. All right, use it forward. You again. About that fishing challenge. Yeah, I still need you to see a black dragon, a ghost fish, a ghost face, a shrimp, and a walking fish. I caught a shrimp. Yep, you got it. Well done, son. And I got a walking fish. Not bad. Just don't let it walk away. That's a joke. Hold the gold. You still got more to catch. I still need to see a black dragon and the ghost face. Alright, I'll do some fishing. Try not to drown. Okay, everyone. Well, that'll do it. Thank you guys for watching. And I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone. Dog.